Well, we're here to talk about When It Rains in LA, this film that has got such a lot of suspense and a lot of
Yes.
really intense, palpable
Oh
uh,
yeah.
tension that we get to see within the film as much as we do twists.
hmm
You play the character Sasha, correct?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I play Sasha. Yeah, there's lots of twists and turns in this movie. It's not what you'd expect it to be off the bat, which is what I love about this movie. Yeah, it's a great project to be a part of.
When you first received the breakdown and kind of subsequently the script for the film and your character Sasha, what kind of really stood out to you about her, whether it was something about her development, something about how she was described, maybe like her traits, something
hmm
that really kind of maybe about the writing in particular, about your character Sasha, that really stood out for you?
Yeah, I was definitely drawn to Sasha mainly because she's not totally the victim. She does have a lot of power in this particular story, and she has a lot going on, a lot of complexity, which was a great challenge. And when I first read the script, I was not expecting the ending, which is a good sign. Because like when you know where it's going the whole time, it's like ugh, this just can be boring, and it was definitely not a boring script. And I knew the producer Liz, who got me involved with it. Um, so just having a friend on the inside is more conclusive to a yes, always, because you want to love the people you're working with.
Yes, and this particular film, I mean, the production and the writing and everyone who is a part of the team behind the film is really just spectacular.
Great
Production,
people.
the cinematography, all the elements that really goes into making this film just, absolutely beautiful to watch, but also
Oh,
terrifying at the same time.
yeah, there's definitely some terrifying bits like that. Even had to be like, oh, not watch. But yeah, no, I mean, it's the perfect mix of beauty and horror, I think.
What really, I guess, then has impressed you the most then about the team that has been behind the film?
I think the efficiency with which we shot it can't be denied. Like we shot this in under 2 weeks. I think it was like 7 days or something like that of shooting. So that was really amazing. The efficiency and everyone got along really well, which is great, especially when you're tight on time. Yeah, and the costumes, everything. We had a great stylist, Irina. So yeah, great team.
We talked a little bit about the breakdown of your character, Sasha, but what did you really do, or how did you go about the blueprint in constructing the character from the page to your portrayal?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of living in the circumstances and just being open to the moment while also carrying the trauma that Sasha has. So just kind of trying to put myself in her shoes and seeing where that landed, not having any real like strict outcome when I was actually in the scene, just kind of seeing how other people affected me in the moment was really useful. And then also there is the accent I had, and I had an accent coach. Very quick turnaround, but she was amazing, Eliza. And having that accent actually helped a lot to find the character because she's very elusive and poised and kind of not easy to open up.
Yeah, you do a really wonderful job of these great layers and different shades that we get to see from Sasha. Um, and I really admired watching like the development that we get to see from her as the film goes on.
Thank
That
you.
we get to see the transitions and within, all the twists and turns that happen from the film.
Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely a challenge because you don't want to give too much away right off the bat and still make her feel like a real human being that she is.
Well, you talked also a little bit, or touched on this wonderful cast that you're a part of. And we also talked about these great tone and elements that we get to see within the film. I'd love to hear a little bit about the chemistry and the way you all work together and creating these palpable beats and this great like suspense-filled rhythm that really kind of just builds and builds and builds as we watch as the audience.
Yes, yeah, I think just leaving space for the suspense and kind of touched on before, like not giving things away too quickly. And a lot of that is actually done in the edit too, just the way they space things out. Um, it's definitely like a slow burn, which I think just leaves the audience being like, what's gonna happen? So yeah, we're all kind of at the mercy of the edit in the end with I mean with any project. Like but yeah, definitely leaving space, like as far as like the actual scene.
So I had talked also before with not also, but I talked before with Leslie Stratton, who was a part of the
Yes.
film as well, and she talked a little bit about how she got to improv some moments within the movie. Were there any parts of the film, not to specifically give away, of course, and tip your hat to certain things, but like were there any moments that you know, were able to take maybe multiple takes, or trying things different ways to see how they worked?
Yes, we didn't have to. Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the friend, there's a scene where we're all on the couch, and I think I like asked for a beer, and they like kept it in. Like, there's little things that kind of just tie a ribbon on the scene that we added, just so it felt more organic and like it flowed. Luckily, our director Mitch was really flexible with that kind of thing. He was like, "Oh yeah, add this. I mean, yeah, fill this gap here, or we're just gonna keep rolling. Just act natural, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I love improv. I think a lot of even um, like Oscar nominated movies, you realize that a lot of it was improv, which is great because it makes it more real for sure. And yeah, it was great that we had such a cool director to let us have permission to do that.
Yeah, again, I mean, there's some wonderful like gray areas and edges and the twist that you don't see coming, and it all tends to be like a part of the lens, or like the lens, like the lens continuing to
Yeah.
evolve and
Mhm.
twist and spin on its head
Mhm.
with the characters we see and the storyline within that.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. It's always a group effort. So it's like it's the music and the edit and the DP and the direction and yeah, everything kind of molds together to create the tone of the whole movie.
What do you think it is that will kind of really draw viewers in and kind of, as we talk about, keep them on this edge, continually keep them on the edge in the sense of the couch and on the edge in the sense of these characters that we
Yes. I think it's kind of in a way like a whodunit situation because there's like there's an ensemble cast, so you're kind of wondering like there's like a few red herrings like oh is Mart like who's
it's got a, sorry, it's got like this great duality to it within it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you
Because
see
there's
something from one person's lens and you see something from someone else's
Mhm.
lens. And like you said, that also kind of interplays to the,
Yeah, I think that's really it's a nice layer to it to be able to consider all the different perspectives going on because there's a lot of different perspectives, like the little different storylines popping up.
yeah, that's what I think. It's got that like kind of clue element, I guess, kind of clue
Yeah, totally.
to it,
Yes.
where it's
Yeah.
like that who done it, and you're like, I see this character, but I can see something happening there. Okay, but now like the person who I thought was like the good character or more like the innocent character,
Yeah.
what
You're
she
like,
got going on?
yeah, what is she doing now? Yeah. So who? Yeah. It's a lot of red herrings for sure.
But I love the way that that plays too, because you don't know what's happening every moment. You're not stuck going like, I can predict that, or I know what, like the ending here. I
Yes,
know what's gonna
it's not formulaic, which I
right.
think there's a lot of movies out now that you're like, oh, it's obviously like the gardener, you
Yeah,
know?
it's got that great organicness that you all bring amongst yourselves, and again, the writing and it's just really well done. Interlace between everybody, the connections that happen within like this, like we said, the cinematography, the writing. Again, commending you on the wonderful acting that we get to watch within the film as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I would just also kind of like to ask as a final question, just what you kind of hope lingers with fans from watching this, or audiences from watching this film. Is there something in particular that you hope maybe sticks with them, or that they're left like at the water cooling going, what was your, theory this whole time? What was your, like, what were you thinking this whole time when we watched?
Yeah. Yeah, I think uh, with my character at least, it kind of just shows that, I mean, the saying goes not to judge a book by its cover, but like to kind of consider someone's whole history rather than just them at face value. Um, yeah, because I mean, Sasha presents a certain way and then she has a completely different past that you wouldn't guess. So, yeah, just getting to know someone on a deeper level as like a thematic statement, I guess. Yeah, to get deep. But other than that, like stay out of the rain. I mean,
When it rains in LA.
stay inside, folks. Stay inside.
Or
Lock your
maybe
doors.
staying inside. Well, I don't know. Maybe staying inside sometimes, sometimes it's an, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever happens, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, lock your doors and then stay inside. I don't
I
know.
know from what I learned from Scream, you're like, you're never safe anywhere you go.
You're never safe. Yeah, that's the takeaway. You're never safe.